Honor Flight Network is a collection of volunteers all over the country in 138 cities and 44 states that has made it their purpose to get as many World War II, Korean, and Vietnam veterans out here to see their memorial before it's too late. I started Honor Flight back in 2005, about 6 months after the World War II Memorial had been dedicated and opened up to the public. At that time, I had about 300 World War II veteran patients at a VA clinic in Springfield, Ohio, and I was giving them all a high five. I said, "Congratulations, you have a memorial." I said, "What do you think about that?" And every one of them felt that it was great, it was overdue, and that they wished that their friends would have lived long enough to see it. And I said, "Well, what about you? Are you going to go see it?" And every one of them felt that sooner or later a son or a daughter or their VFW post would facilitate a trip like that. But because they're my patients, and you see them at 3 months and then 6-month follow-up visit, sadly not one of them had been to the memorial. And worse yet, reality had set in. They were never going to see their memorial. So in addition to being a physician assistant and a private pilot, I just started recruiting other pilots. And we were bringing them out 2 at a time in 6 aircraft. That was our first flight. Jeff Miller is a force of nature. He saw what we were doing, and he said, "How can we make that happen in North Carolina?" And I said, "Well, what you do is you find some private pilots or maybe a regular scheduled flight that goes into Washington, D.C. He said, "That's not going to work. Scheduled flights to Washington, D.C., we're going to charter an entire jet." And I said, "How much is that going to cost?" And he said, "It's going to cost $70,000. Well, we'd been at it for a year. We'd only raised $30,000. And I said, "Good luck, Jeff. I'll help out in any way that I can. We'd really appreciate it if you would, not call yourselves Honor Flight. If you would call it something else, we'd appreciate it, because if this fails, it might give our fledgling organization a bad name." I was so wrong. Jeff, being as dynamic as he is, and the cause being as timely as it is, was able to engender the public there in North Carolina, and he wrote the book on how to do a charter flight operation. And most veterans that come to Washington, D.C. today are usually brought on by charter flight operations, which Jeff Miller started.
One of the programs that I'm most proud of within our organization is the TLC program, and that's Their Last Chance. And it's terminally ill veterans diagnosed with a terminal disease, a year or less to live. And we take them from all over the country, all era, Vietnam, Korea. The World War II veterans are funny. They say they're all terminally ill, but we always work with the World War II guys first anyway.
It's always a measure of how you've helped other people. And I believe that success is measured by not only the number of people that you can help, but also the degree to which you help them. Like a lot of the veterans that come here on a trip like this, they had given up all hope of ever seeing their memorial. And to be able to make that happen for them, it's life-changing. So I believe that helping other people and focusing on doing that, that's how success is measured.